Tell me about yourself.
Great question. If I were to describe myself, I would say I'm a builder at heart. I've always been drawn towards building and tinkering with things. Some examples I can think about are in middle and high school, spending sort of all my time in our robotics shed, messing around with woodworking equipment and putting together little robots. I once made this small little gadget that lets me listen to music in the shower, a sleeve that I can slip my iPhone into, and a little sound box that it'll play music from. To like little games that I've built for myself, like a 3D Tetris game. And for me, that sort of builder culture is sort of ever present at Google. And that's what makes me really excited to work there and just be in an environment where that's celebrated.
Yeah, that's cool. I can resonate with that. I know a lot of my colleagues love to build things even when they're not in the office. So I really liked Akshat's answer here. And the reason is that he focused on not his academic credentials. He didn't focus on his professional credentials, but instead he went something to his childhood. So he talked about being a builder. He talked about being a tinkerer. He talked about building robotics. And then he actually brought in specifics. So things like the ability to build little games and things like this. So you can imagine as a child, these things would thread through his career and kind of made the DNA of Akshat, but he didn't have to set himself apart with his academic or professional credentials. So I really like this answer.
Tell me about yourself.
Yeah, so I've been a product manager now for going on just about a decade. My background originally started as an engineer. I studied computer science and economics, and this gave me a very logical, analytical framework and mindset, but also gave me a lot of technical skills in terms of learning to build software and building software for several years. I initially started out working with government clients and government consulting, the most innovative space in the world, as you can imagine. After a couple of years of that, I decided I wanted to change. I went to MIT for my MBA and wanted to study business. And I was looking for a way to stay technical, stay within technology, and keep those skills, but utilize my newfound knowledge and interest in business and understanding. It was in grad school where I discovered product management. I interned at Zynga back in the heyday, worked on mobile poker and helped launch the Android product there. And that's where I really love the combination of the strategy and product design and thinking and focus on the user, but was able to really rely and utilize my technical background to both relate with engineering, talk to engineering, and understand the actual effort and impact of the changes that we were going to be making on the product. In terms of this led me, while I was in grad school, I actually looked at several different industries and really was drawn to product management. The truth is, as an engineer, I always was more interested in the client and how they would use the product and what the impact of the product would be on their life. So much more interested about how the government was going to use my software as opposed to the best way to implement this. And that's why product management really has been a great match for me over the last couple of years. It takes that strategic thinking, the organizational theory, working with people, working across teams, merges that with the technical background so I can still understand, should we build something across all platforms? Should we build something on mobile first as opposed to web? Understanding the cost for the changes that we're going to make and bringing it all together to really deliver high quality products to the user.
Of course, there are many ways to answer this question, but one good approach is to talk about why you want to be a product manager. If you have relevant skills such as engineering, data analytics, etc., bring them up here and try to show evidence of progression. Convey that you're on an upward journey. Also, do some background research on the interviewer. Try and connect with them on a personal level. For Meta, try and demonstrate values such as entrepreneurship and scrappiness. Meta really love these. They also love people that come from high-end startups, so highlight that experience if you have it. But make sure to always be humble. Humility and a team player attitude is really important in most companies, but at Meta especially. Tell me about yourself.
That's a great question, Tom. Thank you. I can describe myself in three things. The first one is I'm a strategic and dynamic product manager. In the last 10 years, I've learned so much with working with different industries and with different leaders and teams. And I've always done my best to learn them and apply them into the product strategy into which the business I'm working with. In addition to that, as you know, the technical industry changes quite often. And that said, I would have to adapt and learn all of those so that I would have a progressive and dynamic execution plan for my strategy. The second one would be I love building relationships. And as you know, product managers cannot launch a product by itself. So with that, I have to work with a lot of different teams, especially with technical organization, not just with design and engineering teams, but also with sales, marketing, account management, customer service. Lastly, I can describe myself as a natural people leader. In the last 10 years, I've been managing teams, and I've enjoyed learning from them, and at the same time, giving them what I've learned and sharing my knowledge to my team. And that said, I've always done my best to make sure that they are delivering or performing at their very best, professionally and especially personally. To summarize, I can describe myself as a strategic and dynamic product manager. I'm a strong relationship builder and a natural people leader.
Great, Jason, thanks for a great answer. To answer this very common question, you should prepare a story about yourself beyond simply what's already in your resume. This story or narrative should tie into the role and the job description. Put yourself in the position of the hiring team. Your answer should give them further reason to hire you. You don't need a framework to answer this question, but you should still structure your answer. As Jason did, it's a good idea to summarize your answer at the end to make it easier for the interviewer to take away the key points. Hello, I really hope you found that useful. If you did, you can like and subscribe, and why not come visit us at IGotAnOffer.com. There you can find more videos, useful frameworks and question guides, all completely free. And you can also book expert feedback one-to-one with our coaches from Google, Meta, Amazon, etc. Thank you, and good luck with your interview.